I'm your host Foggy, and I am also joined by Nibbles. Hello. Yeah, not too bad, just trying to hope that this broadcast actually lasts a few more than 5 seconds, but hey ho, we'll see how we get on. Now, in this stream, we are both on our own consoles. We're both going to choose a car. We're going to try and design it between us, and we're going to try and create something unique. Something that's kind of personal to ourselves, plus with PAC and stuff that we use in real life as well. So like, for example, I use Shell petrol, so I'll advertise a decal with Shell on it, that sort of thing. And the colour schemes we'll figure out as we go along. So what I am suggesting is that we design a car. Now, we've designed a lot of GT3 cars, so I'm wondering if we go for something a little bit different, say a GR4. So I'm looking, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go for something like Europe, America or Asia? Something that's not British. Okay, so there is nothing wrong with Ford. There is nothing wrong with Ford. Okay, now are we sticking with Japan? Okay. I'm just gonna have a quick look at some of the cars within the top 5 brands, so we don't want to go for something too expensive because a lot of the cars are okay. There's one GR4 in the Toyota, which is the GR4 86. So there's the 86 GR4 even 350,000. Or we can go for Nissan. Oh, they've got a GTR GR4. That looks nice. So far, Nissan's winning my vote at the moment. So that's Nissan. The Honda, I think stick with either Toyota, Nissan or Honda. And there is the NSX GR4 edition as well, which also looks... Okay, so we've got the... Out of the two, I like Nissan and I like the Honda. So we've got a compromise. What shall we go for? I personally like the look at both cars, but one of them is winning over me at the moment. I want to see if you say the same car. No pressure. But I'm also thinking about design as well, and one thing I have noticed, the NSX has got a lot of space to be able to put some stuff on it. And the only other thing is, it doesn't look like a NSX that I would recognise, but whereas with the Nissan, I do recognise it, because you recognise that face on the front of it. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Shall we, I know it's quite difficult to do it over the stream, but I'm going to say a rock, paper, scissors. So, you secretly liked the Honda, and I actually like the Nissan personally, or do you want to be Nissan? I'll tell you what, I'll be... go on. The only problem is that it's not a GR4. I tell you what, the idea that I had was that if you be Nissan, I will be Honda, and I'm going to do a 1 round of rock, paper, scissors. Once we say rock, paper, scissors, and then we say what it is, okay? And we say it at the same time. I know it sounds strange over the stream, but we'll see if it works, and whoever wins, we choose that car. Agreed? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, rock. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Scissors. You're joking. This is not fixed, by the way, guys. Right. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock. Okay, I win. And I completely forgot what I said I was going to be. I said I was going to be Toyota. No, I was going to be Honda, that's it. So it looks like we're going for Honda then. And to be quite honest, it's not a bad thing because I actually can't believe how well that worked. Considering that there is a slight delay, so we can't really cheat. So the car that we are choosing is the Honda NSX GR4, priced at 350,000.
Red or black?
I'm going for black. But then saying that, the colour's going to change anyway when we start designing it anyway. Congratulations, you are now the owner of the new car NSX GR4. Okay, it doesn't actually say that. I thought I'd just make it up just to make it sound more impressive than it actually is. Okay, so we've selected our car. Decided by a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Maybe we should try and make there be a rock, paper, scissors on the decal.
That's not a bad shout. Actually, now you say, yeah, this car was designed through rock, paper, scissors. Now, while you say that, I'm actually just gonna, this is gonna be stupid, and I'll explain this later on through the stream. So, just to see if it makes it easier, because obviously if it doesn't exist, we're gonna struggle. I'm actually looking at some of the Discover stuff, so I'm actually looking at, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at some decals which other people have made, and I'm just typing in things like rock, just to see if they come up with any images of a rock. I don't know why anyone would want to have an image of a rock. Well, they've got AC/DC decals. Oh, I've got to come back to that, especially if we're advertising rock bands. Considering that you have posted me in some stuff on Facebook regarding albums. Anyway, I'll come back to that. We'll just start designing the car and we can decide as we go along. So we're going into the library editor. We are creating a new design for the NSX GR4. So the first thing I tend to do, I tend to actually do the race items first, because once you, because when you put the race items onto the car, when you do like the design, it comes up with that plaque, and it covers a certain area of the car. And what I try and do, I try to design around it and not under it. Otherwise, you might put something behind it, and it doesn't show up on the actual car because it's covered by that number. So now I think about it, do we have a colour in mind on what we want to paint the car? I'm thinking black as a generic car colour, and then do any trim colours as a a colour that we decide on. So what do you want to do? Do you have a particular type in mind?
Not really.
Okay.
You go with what you think.
I like the black. I'm looking at type 4. the number can be our own number, because this is technically designed for our own cars. So for you guys that know, the number is different for one, and when it comes to the driver name, it actually comes on. So we're keeping the base color black anyway, so we want... I'm going black. What I tend to do, I tend to have the car number and the window sticker the same color, and depending on what color the car is going to be will depend on what color the driver's name is going to be. Oh, we can actually change the color of the light cover as well. Ooh, that's... Yeah, and we can have it yellow. I actually do like it. Yellow on black looks quite cool. Okay. So what I've got car number type 4, the sticker is black, the driver name is white, and the light cover is yellow, yeah?
So I have gone, obviously, type 4, black, racing white, but I've gone for the sticker above on the windscreen. I've gone for white instead, just so like we will notice which one's which.
Oh, can do. Actually, yeah, okay, so we're saying that I stick with black, you stick with white.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that. So, the wheels. This is going to be quite interesting, because...
Depends which special wheels you've got.
Now, I've got majority of my wheels are rays. It depends on what rays you have. All... Okay, that's good to know. What is there one? I do like the Rays GTS if you have that one. Oh, I've got the SL. Oh. Okay, so rewind a second. Did you say Rays TE37 Ultra?
Yes.
Meaning.
Before that, I have the SL as well.
Okay, I've actually got both of those. So shall we decide between them two? Don't forget we can change the colour. Rock, paper, scissors, right. I'll be Ultra, you be SL, okay?
I'll go SL, yeah.
Cool, right. Rock, paper, scissors, paper. Damn! Rock, paper, scissors, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, rock. Oh. Right. Rock, paper, scissors, rock. I win that one, so we're going for Ultra. Okay, because I won that round, what do you want to go for? 1 inch or 2 inch?
I'd say 2 inch.
I agree. Considering that it's a big car, big wheels make it...
This fits into it, I guess.
Yep, I'm happy with that. Now, the colour. Now, you said something about yellow. Now, I have some specialised paints already, depending if you've got them. So, we could go for... Because I got the K1 Chrome, so it's a silver colour. Or I have the Y3 Candy Metallic.
I've got yellow, white, grey, kind of.
That's the one that I've got. What do you think of that? Because that's actually the colour that is used on most of our cars in PAC anyway.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, go for that.
Funny how me and you have got the same paint things, considering that it's on a rotating sort of, what's it? Okay.
Just before coming on, I was like, buy everything I can.
just because you knew this was going to happen. Okay, now we've got the main paint colour, which is what I go on next. So we've done, just so I go back a few steps, so we've done the racing items, we've done the wheels. I'm going to go back to paint, and I'm going to do paint all, but I will be doing some like two-tone, so there'll be one colour of one and then another colour of another. So we could try specialist colours, but it depends on what we have in our bank. So, do we want to stick with the black, or do we want to try the K1 chrome? Because I think that chrome does look cool, and we can always put the trim to compromise it. Okay. So when you say a metallic grey, do you mean like how many from the black? So you're on black now. 1, 2, 3. So I'm looking at the 4th column from the right on that grey. What, the 5th? Okay. Stand out. Alright, we'll go with that. What about the paint type? Do we want it solid, metallic, or pearl? I think metallic. Most cars I design, I always use metallic, mainly because it's a compromise. It's like you've got, I mean, if you talk real life cars, I always find metallic paints stand out a lot better. Yeah. Okay, so we know we've got the yellow. Ooh, you're gonna like this one. Okay, you know when you've selected the grey colour, it then brings up body, bonnet, side mirrors and rear wings. Now, what I tend to do the side wing the same as the wheels, so I put that as a yellow, which actually does look quite cool. And I also do the rear bump, get the word out. I also do the rear wing, the metallic yellow as well. Now,
you're saying you've got wings and the
side mirrors.
yes,
I'm gonna look at the bonnet, but I want your opinion on this one because either way it looks cool. So if you do the side mirrors, because we've already got the wheels, we've already got the side mirrors, and we've also got the rear wing. What's your take on the bonnet being the same colour? Okay, you said black bonnet, so if we change the bonnet to black, and I will be perfectly honest with you, that actually does work quite nicely.
I mean, it's like under the mirrors, it seems like a bit black as well. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be the shadow, but no, I think you could be right, they are black. And because we've got the black numbers on the side, I mean, I know I've got the black sticker on the window, but it does look quite cool. Okay, I'll go with that. So we've got the metallic grey, we've got the metallic black bonnet, and we've got the side mirrors and the rear wing and the wheels as that metallic gold. Awesome. Now we come on to the most interesting part of the car design. Considering the fact we've got to somehow talk to each other while doing this. Now,
We should have practiced before.
well, if if there's any designs that you like, what I can probably do is I can probably tell you what I tend to start with. Now, the rule I have in these decals is that I try not to overlap decals with, so like if we got brands, that's fine, but if we've got a pattern, we try our best not to cover them. But what I start with first, I tend to start with the patterns like stripes and wavy patterns beforehand. So
I try and do it so that I'll always start on the left-hand side, and once I finish that left-hand side, literally recreate everything over onto the side. Just makes it so much easier.
okay, well what I'm going to tell you, I do mine slightly differently and you might see the reason why. So before we do anything, if you go to the very bottom where it says decal texture, now it's set on gloss at the moment. I tend to put them on matte because the gold trim is actually a matte metallic. I know it's not candy matte metallic and stuff, but the matte seems to go with that. So if we stick with matte on that one, and then what I'm going to do, instead of going on the body first, I'm going to do the bonnet. Because whatever I put on the bonnet, I put on the side and the rest of the cars. So I'm going to do pattern design first. So I want your opinion. Now if you go onto the select decal and then you go onto shape 1 and then it's shape 01-11. Stripe. Yeah, that's it. Now when you do it, I'm designing it so that it's just on the inside of the number 17. Sorry, rephrase that, because it's 17 on my car, it's whatever number it is on yours. So basically on the design of that, if we, not so that it's not level with the with that sticker, that number, we just put it on the inside of the square and then we stretch it across the whole entire length of the bonnet. So in terms of its width, where the edges of the H's are, that's where the black line goes through the middle. Told you it would be easier to explain it if I do it that way. I know, that's what I want to see if it works. So basically it's a challenge as well as anything else. Let's see how well we can design our car. Let's see how good the explanation is. Now the colour. The colour's going to be interesting. Now I'm going to go... In fact, I'm going to let you decide the colour on this one. Being a black bonnet, and I'm only saying this from previous designs, I think have that stripe the same colour as or as close to the metallic gold as we can. So where it says, so when you know where on the bottom it says colour picker, if you go down to the H, I set that to 13. Now I don't know why, but on my one it seems to glitch. So okay, so if you do the S as 88, the V as 97, and then the H as 12, would you say that's close to the colour of the stuff? V is 97. 88. That's how I managed to get my thing. You can tell I designed for the gods. Anyway, I digress. We could put another pattern on here, you know. Not so much what is it? Not so much stripes or anything, but Is there a particular pattern or anything that you like you could put onto the car?
See, like, hold on, if we're still on bonnet, what if we take 2 from pattern 1, you'll see what I mean. So if you go to the bottom of it, practice how I messing around with it when my new car's up. Hopefully finish now. Oh, finish it on later. There's like a pattern 01-119. It's sort of like a honeycomb type thing.
I know exactly the one you're talking about. And where are we placing this bundle of joy? Okay, to save a hassle, I'm not sure if you knew this, but to save a hassle with rotating it, estimation-wise, if you, you know when you go where it has set projection area, layers control, decal color, edit decal, and finishing stuff. If you go on layer control, there is actually okay, it won't work because I thought differently. But you can actually horizontally wise do it. This is where the card.
I've been able to do it.
Okay, so where are we positioning it?
So I basically put
Across the stripe. So is it like at an angle, or is it over the top of it?
just over the top of the yellow stripe.
Okay, and how big is it? Is it like level with?
Just so it fits in, not so that it goes over into the black just so it fits in. If that makes sense.
Not really. So you got one, I take it. That doesn't help either. So where are we positioning one of them then? Yeah. Just so it fits, you just stretch it just so like you get like an inch or 2 off the edge of the yellow stripe, and it just fits in. So is it in the middle? All right, I think I get you. I think I.
Just so it fits, and literally just fits in the stripe itself.
So it's not going. It's not touching the black at all. But it's okay. I get you now. So what we're doing is, correct me if I'm wrong. So we've got it's white at the moment on my screen. So we're doing it from the top of the stripe of the bonnet, which is going underneath get the word out, underneath the number sticker, and it's going to be duplicated throughout the whole entire length of that stripe, and it's duplicated on the other side. Right. And what color is this going to be?
I was thinking something like along the lines of try and fit in the same grey. I'm not too sure. With the yellow,
Yellow can work with grey, especially the fact that we got that compromise, and plus the bonnet's already black anyway. Okay, we'll go with that, with the same grey.
play with it, see what the grey looks good. Yeah.
Talk about precision.
You haven't been able to.
I've been able to do it. I mean, it's not as noticeable,
Yeah.
but damn, precision. The thing is, I am a perfectionist, so if I'm ever designing anything, I always try and make it so that it mirrors. Okay, now that didn't work. No, I tell a lie, it did work. I'm just not looking in the right place. So basically what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just mirroring exactly what I've done so it matches. It just saves hassle trying to make sure it's all right. So, and it also saves a bit of time. So there you go, I have a nice... It actually reminds me of the game Hexagons, that one that was used to be on Challenge. Anyway, so we've got... Have you done the pattern on that stripe then?
Yeah.
Cool, waiting for me. That's what you were doing. Now, there is something else which I think might look cool. I mean, I don't know what you think, but I tend to put other stuff on the bonnet. Now, when you're looking at the bonnet, the driver is on the left-hand side. So what I tend to do, you sometimes, if you look at it down the middle, one side sometimes tends to be different to the other side, because it's like the sort of pattern as it would be, if that makes sense. Now, I think I know where we're going with this experiment with the hexagons and stuff. I actually like it as well, but I think we need to probably put in another hexagon, and I want your take on it. Okay, so if you select the same one, but instead of duplicating it, we make it bigger so that it covers, just trying to get it right. Okay, so we angle it so that it's in level with the curvature of the bonnet on the left side. And where the two so when you angle it so it's vertical, the two shapes at the bottom, one of them's barely visible, but the one that's on the top, at the top hexagon of the two, is basically touching the chrome at the bottom of the bumper, the bonnet. Yeah, that's it. And it's basically fits in the side. So when you look, so when it's angled, it's the tip of it is sort of touching the corner of that number, and then when you click on it, you're changing the colour to that chrome yellow again. And I'm looking at it, actually looks quite cool. Gives it a sort of unique design. While Nibbles is actually doing that, I should probably say this is not pre-planned. This is all made up as we go along. We're trying to we kind of had the little idea on what we wanted to do. I mean, this channel is new and it is something that's going to be a bit more frequent going forward. I mean, we're used to making videos anyway in real life because we're part of an airsoft channel, but we're trying to get used to streaming video games, and this may be something that you can learn from us because of how we design our cars. I mean, this is the first time I've actually designed a livery with someone else, where we sort of try and help each other out to see how we're going to design it. I mean, yeah, it's tricky, but it's patience, isn't it? Wouldn't you say? So yeah, have you managed to get that shape? So basically, when you're looking at it, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can just, in the middle row out of those hexagons, you can see 3 of them are actually on the bonnet, and 1 of them is slightly just off the the edge of the bonnet.
Yeah, no, okay, I've got it.
That will be an interesting one to see how it looks on your car.
It's not going to look right, but it's going to be different.
When we actually start racing, it'll be interesting to see what our liveries look like. And what I'll do for the benefit of the stream, when you share it, I will add your livery to my car, and I will add on the you can add on the livery to your car, and we can see how close we are. That'll be quite interesting. Okay. So, in terms of the design on the left side, it's complete. There's nothing else I want to put on that side because we don't want to overhaul it with so many stuff. Along the right side, you know there's like a gap. There's like a nice little flat gap in the middle between the actual vent and the edge of that number plate. I think we should put a row of decals along that thing. You know, like how they did on the Fast and Furious car. I can't remember which one it is. The GTR. I think we should probably have a little string of one-liner brands, and we just basically just dish it all the way down the side, and we sort of go in a line that goes with the shape of that scoop, if that makes sense. So that way it doesn't look like it's a flat straight line of decals. We sort of angle them, so you know when you look at the scoop, it's not straight down, it sort of curves into the inwards.
Yeah.
Do the same sort of thing but with the decal. So we use that that groove as a sort of reference of guidance of how big and how we place the decals as we go along. Which brings me on to my question of what brands do we want to put on here? We could, I know we tend to go with, I mean I've got a load of downloaded ones that I've already got, but I'm not going to worry about them because it's going to cause too much hassle for me and you to try and get the same one. So we're not worrying about that. I will... Yes, oh yeah, the lightning and the electrical one.
Yeah, I always put those on just because they don't.
Yeah, I do agree. I've got Kill Switch 01 and Kill Switch 02. And I've also got the same for the extinguisher and the the extinguisher. Extinguishers, yes. I agree, because it actually looks right, like you say, it looks right. Now, I'm going to sound stupid. Which is which? Yeah. As in, what's the electric switch off, and what's this extinguisher? That kind of makes sense. And how big are we having it? Yeah, I get you. So we're going for, so closer to the number, it's the electrical one, and the extinguisher is further away to the middle. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, I have done those two designs. This is actually the first car I've actually put those on.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know what they were until I saw some of the other cars. But I'm actually quite happy with that. And I've got them exactly the same size, because I'm not sure if you do the same thing, but when you get a shape of one shape, you want the other one to be exactly the same. So I duplicate the same shape, go back to the main design, and then I replace the decal. That way it gets it right. I mean, when this stream does go on my YouTube, you can actually look back on how I did it, and it might give you a bit of pointers to do it. And that goes for you guys who are also wondering how I get things exactly the same shape as well. That sounds something like out of Walking Dead. It's like bite, chew, swallow, repeat. Okay, back to the brands. I think we definitely have to put Rays. We definitely should put on Brembo for the brakes. So what do you want to do? Do you want to start with Okay, if that's the case, looking at the colour scheme of our car, I think, shall we, I like the Rays, but that's more of a wheel advertisement than anything else. But I'm just going to have a quick look at some of the decals, because I've got two in my mind which sort of screams we've got to put it on. Do we... Ooh, actually, take a look at AEN, because I've just had a look at what it actually is, and it's Performance Electronics. And the good thing is, they are actually got a similar sort of colour gold, and not only that, the sort of hexagons look like electrical components. Okay, people can say that no it doesn't, but it's got that electrical feel to it, and it looks very futuristic. Okay, I'd say I've chosen the main brand. We don't want it to be black, so we want it to be white. So if anything, I'll let you choose. Now, you said you want it to be the main one, but I'd say the top of the line is the main one in my book. So I'm thinking going forward, because we can always put the main decal on the side of the car. So I'm saying for this, we can either go for 06 or 07. The only thing is, they both look exactly the same. Or 07, but the thing, I've just looked at them and they both look exactly the same. So if we're reading the right one, they should be Infinity. Yep. What do you want to go for? 0 or 6? Sorry, 7 or 6? I don't know. And how do one want... Get that in English. How do we want to place it? Bearing in mind, I know you said that you have this as a main decal. I think, personally, place it just underneath. So it's underneath the electrical symbol, but it's above the number that we have. And it sort of stands on its own, because I mean, bonnet is one thing, but I think if you want something to stand out, have it so that it's bigger on the side. Okay. Okay, fair enough. So we're using the same brands, but we're designing it slightly differently. Okay, this might be interesting. But so the deal is we can place them however we want to. but we use the same brands. Okay, that might speed things up a little bit as well. So Infinity is the main, so we are definitely in agreement that the Infinity AEM is the main brand, or I should say AEM is the main brand that we're using for this car. Cool, right. That I can work with. In terms of, so let me know when you're ready to go on to your next decal, so I've got one lined up. Okay, cool. Alpine Stars 06.
Yeah, I like Alpine Stars.
Well, that's actually the brand of the gloves that I use when I'm racing, so it makes sense to use them. And I'm putting this, so it doesn't really matter where we're placing them because they're both different. Let me know when you, I'd say, just say yep when you've placed it. Cool. Any other brand in mind? While we're in the A to C or D or whatever this goes up to? E? This excludes the wheels, tyres and brakes because I put them up towards the bottom of the car. Champion? Castrol? Okay, you said Champion and I agree with Champion as well. It's looking interesting so far. I'm trying my best not to have them too close together because we don't want it to dominate or just look like a massive mess, so I'm just going to space them out. I do want to say 3 for the bottom because they're the ones that I'll be using for the brakes and the wheels and other stuff. But one that does stand out for me, because we've got spark plugs being Champion, I think oil, Redline oil, which is under R and it's the white one. Right, just while I was in there, I will be putting Tug Heuer. Is it Tug Heuer? Tag Heuer? But I'll probably do that slightly differently, so I won't do that one just yet. What about petrol station? What do you use? I think because Shell's not really used, I don't think, in NSX world, if you know what I mean. So I'm thinking Texaco? Texaco. So it's the one that looks like a star, or Total. I'm looking at Texaco because I know we've got a yellow and grey and black theme going on, but I have noticed there has been some hints of red, so I'm going to stick with Texaco. I'm going with I can't actually remember what it was. I think it was the third one. Because of how I'm designing it, I've gone with 03. Okay, we have got 3 more to put on, but I will, so I get this bit right, just because I can actually put some more decals on my car. we're definitely in agreement that we're putting Brembo, Rays. What are we putting on for tyres? I knew you were going to say Dunlop. Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, and this is actually true. I like Dunlop as well, but I'm thinking about the car. So, it's not yet. Well, it's not so much with the yellow, but it's not one that I don't think they use. I think they tend to go with something like Toyo tyres or something like that. Toyo tyres is one thing, or the I can't even say this one, Yokohama. Yokohama, that's it. Or we can go for Dunlop just to be unique.
Let's go. I quite like the blue with Toyo tyres.
When you say you like the blue, is this 01 or 03?
03.
I thought you were going to say that. Okay, while you're placing that one, I'm actually placing on my other ones as well. And for the benefit of the stream, if you're wondering why I'm duplicating these, it's mainly for sizing. And you'll see how it looks when I get it just right. I was waiting for that sort of comment to come out. Moving on swiftly. Well, I've got the tyre, the wheels and the brakes on my car now. So I'm just going to see how much space I have. And because of how I've sized my stuff, it actually comes out quite well. IGN. Hang on, is this still on the bonnet, just for reference? And you said you had no room. Yeah, I'm actually looking at my car, it looks a bit cramped, so I'm just going to squeeze it down, so I might be falling a little bit behind. I'm falling a little bit behind, just bear with me 1 second and I will be with you because I just want to make sure we... Huh? Okay, more than a second. More than 1 second. Right, I have got... Ooh, crud. No pressure. Okay, so I've got the Toyo tyres. What was the last one that you said?
IGN.
Where is it? And it's under IGN. IGN, right. I take it you're going with either 02?
I've gone with the...
Okay, I'm going to place this slightly differently on my car. And did you mention another one as well?
The usual GoPro.
Gotta have GoPro on there, no question about that. I presume you've gone with 02?
Yes.
Okay, there are two more brands that I would normally put on. One of them is the Tag here, and also the Gran Turismo one. Tag here, Heu. Shut up! I don't know how they pronounce it. Takula. Thank you. It's because I've never heard anyone mention it before. I'm not joking. I've just never heard anyone mention it before, so I have no idea. Okay, I'm not going to put any more brands on there. I put the GoPro one and I put the IGN one on there. I will be putting on the Tag here, that one, but I will be putting it on the back. Actually, yeah, I will be. Where? What? So what is this? Are we talking about the same one? Alright, so we are still on the bonnet. Okay, okay. If that's... Alright, I'm going to try and do the same thing. I bet the way I've designed it has made it harder for me. Possibly. Actually, no. I think if... I'll be amazed if me and you get this in the same position. But... looks can be deceiving. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm glad you said that, because I also had another idea just to make it bolder. And I had an idea which I think you might like. I will explain as I go to it. But I put my tag here. So, just to confirm, just to make sure we got the right thing. So we got AEM, Alpine Stars, Champion, Redline Oil, Texaco, Brembo, Rays, Toyo Tires, GoPro, IGN Japan, and Tug here. Shut up. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now for the sides. Okay, shall I tell you what I was thinking? Right, so for the left side, I am thinking, I just want to see if the shape exists first. Bear with me. Okay, the actual pattern doesn't look like it exists. However, we can make it work. Okay, if you go into shape 1, whoops, and you want to basically go for a simple, in fact, go for 0104. Yeah, now, I don't think you were expecting that, were you? Okay, now, before moving the shape and stuff, now, if you try and make it so it goes at an angle, I'm thinking, go from, in fact, bear with me a second, I'll let you know. This can be abandoned, but I think what I'm looking at is, you know where the window ends and it goes to the fuel cap? It's sort of like a groove, isn't there? So if you marry that corner all the way down to the back of the tyre, so basically it's at a 45-degree angle, but the corner basically starts in that wedge. And there is a reason for it, and the colour for it is going to be black. we might want to make the back of it black as well, just to make it sort of look decent as well. And we want that to marry on the other side as well. In fact, we want to get the design element of it sorted out first. So, what I will do, and then when you've done that, duplicate that same shape, and then that as well. But duplicate in the same position, duplicate the shape, and then go on to replace decal, and then go on to, do we want it to be like a shadow effect of that hexagon shape? And then if you find that, and then we want to change the colour to that, the same yellow, yeah. Okay, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. It's not so much the shape. I think the problem I'm having is that it's not the right way round. But I want it so the shadows go away towards the back of the car. Oops. Okay, maybe not have... Okay, I'll tell you what. Scrap the black two-tone colour idea. Alright, did you say it was working for you? Or wasn't working for you? Oh, right. I misheard you. Sorry, Pete. Okay, so I think my only concern is the way the actual rectangle shape goes. Do we want it to go like, if you're looking at the left side, do we want it to go from like top left to bottom right? Judging by that silence, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, that makes this interesting. Okay, tell you what, for the benefit of what I suggested, as long as the... Let's just say, yeah, we're going to design something different, right? But we are going for the same sort... But oh dear, this is actually going to be quite interesting. And just for the record, the colour of my back is black. For the purpose of delivery, it is accepted. When you look back at the stream, you're going to think, I am actually quite good at designing these. Well, I haven't seen yours yet, but we are learning from each other in terms of how we design things and stuff. And you're seeing how I design things as well. So, yeah, I'm actually looking for... Yeah. Because the good thing is, the reason why I do it this way is because it means that you know your limitations. Well, I say limitations because, let's be honest, the limitations are endless until we run out of decal space. But it's a case of it just look, you kind of know how much you're putting on. So we know the brands that we want to put on, we know the sort of stuff we want to put on there. Okay, I'm going to look back at this, and I don't know. Okay, I'm changing my hexagon idea. It's going to create a few more. It's going to create a bit more work than I wanted to. I've scrapped the idea of the shadow effect on the hexagon, by the way. So I am sticking with the with the solid shape. It's going to be requiring a bit of patience. I feel sorry for the people watching this stream because it's it's painfully slow. Oh yeah, we do, don't we? I forgot. Oh yeah. Ouch. The angle is the hardest thing I have noticed on this car. I'm fine. It's just the patience element of this design. I am putting a lot of effort into this. That's the only thing though. I mean I say that I'm very good at making car liveries, mainly because I know I put a lot of time and effort into them. But it's just well, in real life, as you well know, I'm a perfectionist anyway. But it's like you want things. Oops. Yeah, it's like a smallest bit of detail out of place can make all the difference. I know what people are going to be thinking. I mean, obviously you don't know what I'm designing at the moment, but I know people are going to be thinking, what the heck?
What is this mess?
The thing is, I've changed my mind slightly about how much I'm putting on. Because I am always remembering the most important thing. Less is more. And do you know what? I'm actually not going to put any more on that car. Because my little design has taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on just one side, just for the hexagons. That's fine. I think the rule is now is that as long as we put the same ones on, it doesn't matter how we do it. As long as we've agreed that we've got a main brand which is advertised, that dominates basically. And can I point another thing out as well? We have forgotten to put one more very important decal on. Yes! It just occurred to me as I was saying it. Actually, I think I might know where to put it. But I'm just going to have a look to see what powers this allows me to do. Ah! I am not going to be defeated by a terrible... Oh, yes! Okay, right. When you've got a convenient moment, could you let me know? Why do I have a suspicion that convenient moment is soon? Right, if you go onto others, and then, now, you know your back end of your car, is it grey still, or is it black?
It is now black.
Okay, so for starters, on that grey you know that grey panel on the rear window? Ooh, I messed up. So if you make it black, so basically we want that whole back end to be black. That's if I'm seeing the car the same way as how you are.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, now I'm debating on the colours soon, but that's where I'm putting the pack. Yeah, so I've done it from roof and I've just made it go to the back. Yeah, it will disappear, but it is there if you shape it to a point. Now, the question is, do we want the colour of it to be the same as the yellow? Now, bearing in mind, on our t-shirts, yes people, we have our own t-shirts. Do we want to have it the same colour as that yellow? If we're going to mix it up, I would put the back panel as that navy blue. I'll have a look and I'll see how it looks. Okay, now I'm angling this slightly differently. Okay, I'm going to have a little experiment and see what this car looks like with the blue. It actually looks quite cool in the navy blue because it's its main individual panel, isn't it? And the fact that it covers out the black thing, it looks like I've just basically put, yeah, I've just customised my car, I've just put a massive PAC on the back. And I won't put anything else on that actual panel, but I will be putting something on the roof. And just to prove the fact that we are supporting Gran Turismo in this, I do put on the... no, that's the wrong logo. I put on the same... okay, I say... if we're going to do the same sort of design, Gran Turismo, do we want to have a white, black, or a multicoloured one? A different coloured one, even. Now my question is, what colour is your roof?
It is grand now.
Okay, let's keep it grey,
So, yeah.
but let's put the 02, which has the logo. Actually, no, scrap that idea. Let's have the Gran Turismo colour, but just the Gran Turismo logo. So it's the black one, so it's Gran Turismo 06, and it's basically in the middle. And we're not changing the position of it, it just stays on that 90-degree angle. And it's, or do you want to make it the 90-degree angle? Actually, I think I might leave that as it is.
Is there any way of selecting multiple layers and making one layer?
I haven't got that far into knowing how to do it. If it's possible, I would definitely tell you within a heartbeat, but I've never actually tried it.
Just trying to.
Yes, I am also in the process of adding my decals. Okay, there is one thing I will be doing as well, which I think you should do the same. On the rear wing, on the top of the wing, we are putting the Infinity logo on there. Okay, that was actually probably the quickest decal I put on there. And I think I will do the same for the electronics. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. Who would have thought making a decal would be this stressful?
What do Alpine I've got? Oh, champion.
I'm not gonna put anything on the wing mirrors.
No, I don't. Just this out of place.
Yeah. Okay, there is one thing I do. I do. You know, on the bottom, you're talking about you're doing the side panels. Now, I do something quite interesting with mine. So, I am actually putting a black strip at the very bottom of the car, so it acts as like a side skirt.
I think I know what you're trying to do.
But what I tend to do is that I also use it as a clean advertising spot, because I've noticed with previous designs it makes it bond quite well.
Oh, I get it.
And I can't believe I'm about to do this. I'm going to put some hexagons on there as well. Just one. It's amazing on how quick and how well designed a car can be if you put a lot of patience into it. Don't get me wrong, it's very, very tiring after a while, but it does look really appealing. I was going to say, you're probably ahead of me when it comes to designing the thing. Texaco all the way. It's behind you. I have actually done so. I'm not sure if you put any design on the front of the car. Okay, that's a very bad way of describing it, but it's actually the front fender of the car.
Yes.
Have you done something to that?
Not yet. Front fender decals wise, I just go in primarily with that. I don't tend to put anything decorative wise.
Ah. I tend to, but no, because I'm trying to angle it and it's very difficult. Actually, I don't know what that's going to look like, so I'm gonna see what that looks like. Oh yeah, I like that. That's giving it a bit of was I really going to say the word class? Wow, how did I get reduced to that? Wow. On that bombshell, I'll move on swiftly. Yeah, I'm going to change that to white because I can't see it very well. So, now I've got to try and remember the design. Now, usually this doesn't take me too long to do because I know what we put on. I find it funny how we're advertising Brembo brakes and the brakes aren't actually Brembo. NSX, yeah. Can't have everything. Yeah, we'll get critics saying, that's not right. Do you know what? I actually can't see my car. That's alright. I can't see the design of my car. It's basically what I've done the black line, and black is quite a hard colour to see. So I am trying to get it so that it's level. In fact, I'm actually going to redo that whole entire panel because it didn't work. Trial and error, that's what it's all about. Trial and error. Have we hit a flaw in our design? Yeah. I think that's the only thing when it comes to designing a car livery. It's like some stuff goes, some stuff doesn't. And it's just trying to find the right balance. Right, I'm actually going to stick with your plan. Do the decals and then do on one side and then reflect it on the other. Now I think about it, how many did we actually have? Too many to count. The heavy breathing says it all. The concentration is at maximum. And before anyone tells me, yeah, I know it's white and I'll put it on white, but just remember this is actually black. Toyo tyres. Toyo tyres. Why did I just move my thing when I know I've got to do that? Toyo. And it's going on black. See my logo. Because I've done it just so for reference. I've kind of changed the color of my thing, but the problem is it's so, because it's white, I can't see it. Okay, I give up. I'm changing the color so I can actually see what I'm doing. Sometimes wonder if you've done the same thing as what I've done, but I've designed mine slightly interesting, which sounds a bit stupid in a way because it's like we're designing the same car. But positioned in this complete different way. Oh dear. I like the thought. I've just got to hope that I deliver, if that makes sense. What?
Yeah. They're the same, but mirrors. I've been most probably a load of crap that somebody told me ages ago.
No, I've just had.
I'm gullible enough to actually believe it.
I just like the fact that your mind has been reduced so much while designing this livery. It's just like, I can't think anymore. We'll just design this.
I'm not gonna lie, it's just because I'm committed to duplicate everything on the so it's
Fair enough. I can live with that. I am nowhere near. Actually, no, that's a lie, because once I got an idea of how things go, because it's the same thing as what I said before, it's finding that balance. I don't want to make this too... I don't want to make it too overkill, but I don't want to leave it hanging, if that makes sense. I do like how this is being designed though, but I am concerned about this one-sided feel. Because you've got the front and the back to do now, haven't you? Right. I'm actually not far off where you are then, if that's the case. Oh, I forgot the IGN. Oh no. I'm sorry. It was not intended. While you're waiting for me, basically. Just putting it out there. Sorry, I've just had that awkward silence for a brief moment because my brain just went blank. No surprise.
Because I thought it was going to be, or at least I read that it was going to be end of September.
Yeah.
Originally. But obviously they said it'll be holiday 2020. So if that is a good leak, I'll have it literally on the day of my birthday. So
Convenient.
it's likely no.
Yeah, because I think we arranged an event, didn't we? That fell on the same sort of day, didn't it? Yes. Hang on one sec. Sorry for that. Yeah, something we should probably advertise on this car. Okay, I don't... Part of me is not liking this, I'm not liking my design, and I don't know why. There's something about it which I'm disagreeing with. Yeah. Which is not something that happens frequently with me. I'm just gonna try. I'm even worrying myself with my design. No, that's what you say. Someone could probably see this and they'll be like, we need to hire these guys as car designers. Well, someone's got to start somewhere. It's appreciating... Oh no. Well, this is the thing. I have no one watching. But then there's nothing saying that they won't watch in the future. Right, I have now... I think I have fixed my problem. However, and that is a big however, there needs to be a couple of changes to some other parts of the car. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, first of all I need to be able to see things, so putting black on black is not a good idea. No, not really. But the thing is because... Well, the thing... It really depends on what I'm designing. I mean... Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. But I'm glad I did the change that I did, because it made it a bit more structured. Yeah, the arrows, I actually don't have the toe one. There you go, there's one difference straight away. I know. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Yay, thank you. Oh, boy. Huh? Okay, that is the side of my car done. Yeah, it took me about a decade. Have you put the Gran Turismo on the other side? I mean, on the roof. Ah, so you haven't done it yet. I'm just mirroring everything at the moment. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who has got the best car of them all? It had to be said. In the kindness of, just for entertainment purposes, of course. This is true. I also think we might like each other's cars for our own reasons. But then some people might turn around and say, yeah, they probably don't like these cars, but I mean, they probably don't.
Leave a message in the comment section.
Yeah, there you go. Because the other thing is, let's be honest, I like to see anyone. Well, actually, no, and I mean this generally. I'd love to see if anyone else can design a car similar to this. I've just confused myself. Okay, that's on there. Where's my... Oh yeah, it's on the other side. Yeah. Right, I've got to go with that plan of less is more. Right, I'm now gonna... What are you doing at the moment? Are you doing the front or the back? Right, I'm doing the front as well. Thankfully, there's not a lot of places we can put stuff on the front. Is there? I love the sheer vote of confidence. Well, I'm only one panel behind you. See, I've caught up. A strange twist of events has occurred. And then I struggle on the front of the car. Actually, I'm gonna abandon that slider. Yeah, I'm just gonna abandon everything. So we're saying we've chosen the right thing for the right car. In fact, actually, before I forget, what have you put on the front of your car? Decal wise. I put the tyres on because traditionally that's what they do. I'm putting the wrong thing on the wrong place. Actually, I'm not going to put too much on the front of the car. Because I am still going by the rule of less is more. Okay, you put a lot more on than I thought you were going to put on. But then, it's giving me... How have you put all that on the front of the car? I get you. Yep. Yep. Now I've changed my design slightly. I have gone for AEM, Infinity that is, and Texaco and Toyo tyres at the bottom. And that's all I'm going to put on the front, because I don't want to overhaul it. The back... Ah! I see what you mean. Now with the back, I'm putting GoPro on. I think I'm going to put something else on as well. Trying to find everything. It's impossible in this world of madness. I would put tag here. That's the interesting thing about this though, it's like there's so much that we want to put on, it's just trying to find the space that you can't. Yeah. Now I'm going to try something I've never done on a car before. And it works quite well. I better put the media thing on there as well, just to keep you happy. I made it red just to make it a little bit different. Open your mind. I am actually advertising Rays quite frequently because I just love their wheels on here. Yeah, same here, actually. And we finished at the same time! Way! Well, almost.
Almost. Yeah.
Do you know what? I am still not happy about that roof.
I think I'm gonna skip the roof.
I've only put one thing on the roof. And that is the GT logo. And with how I'm going to design it, it actually works quite well. I'm not so sure. No, I am going to abandon that idea. But I think I'm going to turn around and say, my dearest friend, I have finished the car. And bearing in mind this was already a designed car, and I think we've just made it 10 times better personally. But I'm just having a quick 360 view on it, and I've already noticed something I'm going to change. Yep, I'm going to change one or two things. Just because it's bugging me. I'm just adding a little bit more extra design to the car. Not too much, but because there's a little theme going on here, I just want to put this little touch on because it just feels right. I can't believe I just said that. Yeah, that's how deep this decal design session has gone. And I want to do quickly the same to the rear. But how I'm going to do it on the rear, I have no idea. And I think... Just the way you're talking makes it sound like it's very similar to how I've done it. Oh, that's amazing if you have. I still want to fix this problem. I don't think there is a problem thinking about it. While you're doing that, I'm just going to quickly do one last touch and see what happens. Okay, and I have now finished.
Have you finished? What happened?
Awkward silence says it all. It's not finished until I say it's finished. You know what? I'm going to say it's finished. So what are we going to call our madness? I'm going to call it PAC AEM livery. In fact, no, I'm just going to call it PAC AEM. Oh, that's if you can fit it on. And I'm going to do the 3 colour schemes as well. So the main colour is that, with the black, with the gold. Of course I'm going to upload it. Yeah, now I'm showing it. So we're calling it. I'm just going to put the tag labels as PAC. Ignore that, viewers. It's going under PAC Arcade Channel. PAC Arcade Channel. But it's going to be, in fact, what colour is it? It's more of a grey. So grey. I'm going to call it unique. And I'm just going to tag it PAC-AEM. And then I'm just going to put a dash on it with together we are many as one, we are PAC. And then I'm going to put designed actually I'm going to put inspired since we've designed it together. Oh yeah, good point, yeah. So co-inspired. How do you spell co-inspired? Or co-dash inspired? Someone can... Co-inspired. Someone can correct me on this later. By Foggy and Nibbles. There you go. Let's see how many people will like it on that. What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, because we have designed this car, I'm going to cancel the stream and I will start a new one when we come to basically once we've exchanged our designs, and then we can actually start to race them. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this design livery. We will be back soon. Click on the next video to see the next stream where we race and compare our designs.
Basically what he said.
Yeah, so bye bye from me.
And bye bye from me.